When someone loses access to you, it doesn't always feel like loss to them. It feels like exposure because access isn't just contact, it's regulation, it's reassurance, it's control. In this video, we're going to talk about why certain people spiral when access disappears. Not because they suddenly realize they love you, not because they regret everything, and not because the connection was as mutual as it may have seemed. They spiraled because a dynamic that quietly stabilized them no longer exists. Once you understand this pattern, behavior that once felt confusing becomes very clear. Access gives people a sense of emotional positioning. It tells them where they stand, who has influence, who can move whom. When someone knows they can reach you, text you, call you, provoke you, re enter the dynamic, they feel anchored. That anchor isn't always love, but it's always certainty. Certainty that they matter, certainty that they're not replaceable, certainty that they're not alone with themselves. For many people, access is how they regulate their own internal world. Some people were never taught how to self soothe, they were taught how to attach. So instead of calming their own anxiety, they reach outward. They use connection to manage discomfort. They use proximity to quiet uncertainty. They use reaction to confirm relevance. And when you are accessible, you unknowingly become part of their regulation system. That doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It means the dynamic was doing more work than you realized. When access is removed, the regulation collapses. There's no buffer anymore, no reassurance, no mirror, no distraction from internal discomfort. This is when the spiral begins. The mind starts searching for relief. That relief can look like obsession, anger, sudden nostalgia, like attempts to reassert contact. But the goal isn't reconnection. The goal is stabilization. Access also creates leverage. As long as someone can reach you, they believe they can influence the outcome. They can reframe the past, rewrite the story, trigger guilt, or test whether they still have impact. When access is gone, that leverage disappears, and with it goes control of the narrative. They no longer get to decide how they're remembered. This is where many people misinterpret the spiral. They see intensity and assume it means love. But love does not destabilize when it encounters a boundary. Love adjusts, love reflects, love respects. What destabilizes is dependency. When someone spirals after losing access, it often means the connection was serving a function, not forming a bond. You were helping them avoid themselves. Here's the part most people don't see. The spiral isn't about losing you. It's about losing control of how the story unfolds. When you're accessible, they can correct misunderstandings, soften consequences, or keep the door psychologically open. When you're no longer accessible, they're faced with finality, and finality forces self confrontation. If you've witnessed this behavior, it's important not to personalize it. Someone spiraling after losing access to you is not proof of your importance or your responsibility. It's proof of how much the dynamic was regulating them. Understanding this helps you stop confusing intensity with attachment and attachment with love. It also allows you to hold boundaries without guilt. When you recognize this pattern, something shifts. You stop chasing clarity from people who are chasing relief. You stop interpreting spirals as signals, and you begin to move with discernment instead of confusion. Once you see the pattern, it loses its power.